Hello, everybody. I just burning desire in my heart that I have to speak on. Out. Um, is there not? Hello. Sorry, I think I broke up a little bit. Um, I don't even know where I left off, but either way, burning desire. I have to speak about something. We're going to talk about Revelation 11, of course, but first, I wanted to, if you'll excuse my low maintenance beauty keeping here. Okay, so answers to yes. We're gonna Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez is definitely someone that probably knows how to play, is not very serious about what she's doing and what she actually represents. I think she is watering down our institutions, not necessarily the departments of this or that, but the branches of government. So I just want to read a parable from the book that might explain a little bit about what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're going to read the parable of the talents. This is Matthew 25, verses 14 and onward. It will be as when a man who was going on a journey called in his servants and entrusted his possessions to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, a third 1, to each according to his ability. Then he went away. Immediately, the one who received 5 talents went and traded with them and made another 5. Side note, that's capitalism. That's capitalism. Okay, let me keep reading. Likewise, the one who received 2 made another 2. But the man who received 1 went off and dug a hole in the ground and buried his master's money. This is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez telling us to take our talent, dig it up in a hole, and then do nothing with it. Okay. Ha 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 ha. Right. Not funny. Exactly. Not funny at all. Either way. The one who had received 5 talents came forward, bringing the additional 5. He said, Master, you gave me 5 talents. See, I have made 5 talents more. Capitalism. His master said to him, Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy. Then the one who had received 2 talents also came forward and said, Master, you gave me 2 talents. See, I have made 2 more. His master said to him, Well done, my good and faithful servant. Since you were faithful in small matters, I will give you great responsibilities. Come, share your master's joy. Then the one who had received the 1 talent came forward and said, Master, I knew you were a demanding person. Such a socialist I am. Harvesting where you did not plant, and gathering where you did not scatter, because we're not born rich. That's okay. Because some of us actually believe in a higher power. the monopoly money that this girl is playing with and her president is gonna destroy us all. Thank you very much. Because next thing you know, we're just in the next phase of life. So out of fear I went off and buried your talent in the ground. Here it is back. His master said to him in reply, "You wicked, lazy servant. So you knew that I harvest where I did not plant, and gather where I did not scatter. Should you not then have put my money in the bank so that I could have got it back with interest on my return? Now then, take the talent from him and give it to the one with 10. For to everyone who has, more will be given, and he will grow rich. But from the one who has not, even what he has will be taken away. And throw this useless servant into the darkness outside, where there will be wailing and grinding of teeth." Okay, so I really don't need, somebody from Puerto Rico whom is definitely. I don't really. I don't. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna stop from talking about like territories and who fought what war and who won who and who's gonna kick whose ass and that sort of thing. Okay, but I am gonna say that I, I feel that I'm not going to use my talents. My talent is going to be only dedicated to anything that I can perceive that I can uh, grow into something that's greater than some sort of commercial figure, some sort of yeah, I know it happened in California too. It's kind of like people are not educated as to who they're voting for. There's people that are just ripping everybody off, and that's what it's going to be like. I think that it probably, now that I'm thinking out loud, spread from Los Angeles to New York. And now New York is doing the same thing as what has happened in Los Angeles because something seemed very good and something was like very acceptable and allowable. And this is what you can get away with. So then everybody else can get away with it. So now New York is going to get away with it too. And so back and forth. Um, Either way, the talents means that if you have a talent, whatever your name is, and you don't use it, you can't reap the benefit of it. Who's going to determine exactly if and whether you're exercising enough risk to benefit anything is really, for the most part, not actually a part of the government in place now in the United States. It's not a part of your family. It's not a part of anything outside of, well, for me, what it means is that I can admit that I've put my faith too much in people and that I have to stop doing that. So that is what it is to me. So when you talk about capitalism and socialism, you have to also not admit, but recognize the fact that we are given talents, we are given a certain set of skills. When you don't want to exercise them, you fall into socialism when you want to exercise your skills and give back to, to the world, to God, to whatever it is has in store for you, whatever it is. Oh, whatever it is, sure. Here I am. I'm totally like trying to level, and you don't really deserve it. And your president is actually going to take us into war, and so I am being careful. But at the same time, F you, you know, at the same time. Either way, we're gonna go ahead and talk instead of that was totally like dyslexic. Okay, so Revelation chapter 11, verses 7 through 9 through 8. This is where we have to pay attention to, I think. I'm not sure. I mean, I some Christians would have it that until this happens, we're not going to see like anything else unfold and that kind of thing. So what it says is that when they have finished their testimony, the beast that comes up from the abyss will wage war against them and conquer them and kill them. Their corpses will lie in the main street of the great city, which has a symbolic name, Sodom and Egypt, where indeed their Lord was crucified. So I'm not sure what to think about that, but it reminds me a little bit about Ezekiel 38, where um, the, like the birds, it just, the corpses will lie in the main street. Oh, because the corpses will lie in the middle, and nowhere in the middle of like maybe the valley of Armageddon, Armageddon, and but this is kind of like the most intriguing, I think, of whatever sequence and mapping out of anything that I create is gonna be entirely satisfied about. Like, I'm not necessarily intrigued about anything else, but that is the two witnesses. Like, what? What is that? Some say this, some say that. What could it mean? Okay, so to all of my friends out there, have a great rest of your Saturday. And to all of those that are not my friends, have a great rest of your Saturday as well. Goodbye.